remember seeing this girl who was staring at me like hella hard, like hella hard. Like, I can be a bitch, but I'm not just a bitch. So some girl's gonna stab, some crazy ass girl is gonna stab me because me and some other girls was gonna jump her. One time she came to us at night, she came to our door and she showed us that her mom had fucking bit her. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? This person that I really gave a fuck about stabbed me in my back. Like, bro, who the fuck do that? Who do that at 15, 14 years old? Was jealous of me. She was jealous of me. She would make little comments all the time. She would come up to me and tell me, and she was like, oh, it's this girl that's trying to stab you, da 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 da. Like, so, bitch, first off, I don't even be fighting. So, what? That's, yeah, that's crazy. Is this what's making her crazy? Like, or is it genetics? Like, okay, no shit. But I'm like, okay, so y'all not gonna do nothing about somebody saying they're gonna stab me though at school? What is up with the Morgan gang? Hey y'all, I am obviously motherfucking back. Okay, back in the building, all that. And y'all see what the motherfucking title is. I'm doing a freaking story time today. Shit has changed. But yeah, today's story time is on the worst friend I ever had. But not gonna lie, the queen fist to make her a drink first, so let me make this drink and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I made my drink. Hold on. She's real full. Real good. My bad. I had to give me some chips. Don't ask me why I'm eating chips in a cup. I'm eating chips in a cup because I'm eating chips in a cup. Okay? Do y'all got y'all snack and y'all drink to hear this story? Or what? Okay? So that was your reminder. Go get your chips and your drink or whatever you want to eat. Okay? So, a little disclaimer before I get into the story. I went on Instagram and tried to find messages to help me like get more pieces from the story, but I don't know what happened to the Instagram and the messages that we did have, so I don't know. Okay, but and also another thing, you know, because I just feel like I have to say this, but this video is not to bash anybody. It's not to it's not to do any of those things. It's just to tell my motherfucking story. Okay, so let's get into it. The worst friend that I have ever had out of history, my whole 19 years of living. One of the worst. There's definitely others, but you number one. Okay, you did your biggest. Okay, because feelings were involved, and not in no romantic way. It was just like, y'all know when y'all really give a fuck about somebody. That's what's, just to let y'all know, that's really what's finna make this story, is because I cared about this particular friend. Which, if you don't care about your friends, then hello. You feel me? So yeah, that's really why this person is. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, I wrote down stuff, but honestly, like I said, I wrote, look, this is literally what I wrote down. honestly, there's not much I remember, but we're gonna start here. So, this person, I'm gonna call them Pepsi. Okay, Pepsi. Pepsi is the friend that turned out to be the worst friend I ever had. Pepsi, okay? So, we're gonna start off from where I remember. So, I remember one day, it was kids playing outside, and something happened, and somebody in my household was like, oh, y'all go down, and they probably had went grocery shopping, and we didn't get all the stuff, so they wanted us to take out the stuff out the trunk. So there was like Morgan and Nigel. If y'all don't know, Nigel is my cousin, and he's posted on my channel, so you do the motherfucking math. There was like Morgan and Nigel go down. I don't know. No, actually, I don't even think they told me and him to go down. We just went down. I think they told me to help him or something, but he wanted to go downstairs. So that's already suspicious. Okay. So we going downstairs, and we walking towards the back where the parked cars are. And I remember seeing this girl, and she was staring at me like hella hard, like hella hard. When me and Nigel was walking down there, and we was going down to get the shit out the car. So we pass all the kids. Pepsi staring hard as fuck. I'm just like, oh, okay. I am no shade, but I am used to getting stared at. So I don't know. The stare was kind of like, oh my god, I've never seen you before. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's kind of what the stare was giving. So I was like, oh, okay, shit, whatever. Shit, I never seen you before. So yeah, so she was staring. Me and Nigel went to the back, came back from the back, and she was staring again. And I'm just like, damn. So that day, like, that was my first impression of her. Come to find out, Pepsi and Nigel is boyfriend and girlfriend. Bitch. I was like, oh, okay. So don't mind me, because after I finish this video, I'm making me a Caesar salad wrap. So I found that out. I was like, oh, okay. Shit, like, my cousin got a girlfriend. And I don't want to say too much, but I was proud of him for what he did, because I'm not going to get into it. But so that was my first ever impression of her, right? And after that, that's probably, eventually time flew, and me and her became friends. So that was that. Now, I believe it was like, I don't know, because I think at first, like, once I first started school, you know what? I don't think we was in school, because when we did start school freshman year, we all started together. So I think if we was in school, we wasn't like distance learning. So when we did start school together, she was new to the school. She didn't really know nobody there, because when you start school, or actually we would start in high school, so some people from your middle school might go to your high school, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see some people that I know, but she fresh. Okay, she's really fresh. Oh, my memory is starting to get jogged. So mind you, me and her gained a friendship. Yeah, so she was gonna be fresh to school, and I was gonna know people that I already seen. So my other friend, or Actually, somebody that I became friends with like freshman year. We're gonna call her we're gonna call her Vaseline, because that's what I just saw. So Vaseline was there. Vaseline was there, and eventually, me, Vaseline, and Pepsi we all was cool, right? So I'm not gonna lie, there was some issues in Pepsi household. Like, I'm not gonna, well, y'all don't know who it is, but I'm just not gonna say everything, because you know I'm not a fucking, you know, bitch. I'm not like I can be a bitch, but I'm not just a bitch. So, you know, but I will say, like, you know, she was dealing with abuse from her mother in her home. And there's other things that she told me, but I'm just not finna mention that because, like, yeah, no, I'm not finna mention that because that's fucked up. But this particular girl, she has been through a lot, you know, stuff. So us becoming friends, like, I'm learning stuff, more and more stuff about her. Like, I literally got close. We got close. I would say we got close. And, you know, she would tell me stuff, and like I would see the way Pepsi mom act, and I was just like, you know, eventually, because I'm not gonna, because I don't, so a piece of this story falls into another story time, which is the first time that I snuck out, and which also has to do with Pepsi. But I'm not gonna tie that piece in because it goes with the other story. But my bad, y'all, I had to cut the camera. But oh yeah, and y'all, the drink that I made is not alcoholic, so I don't need y'all saying nothing about that. But okay, scratch what I was saying, because I cut the camera for a cool little second. That got sidetracked. But okay, yeah, so Pepsi, she just had a lot going on, you know, and her, like I said, her mother was abusing her, and to my knowledge, it was just Pepsi, her mom, and her brother, and like there was like no male figure or role model, whatever the fuck you want to call it, like in her home. I don't know the situation with her father. So yeah, it was just them. And she would tell me, because like Pepsi brother was like autistic or whatever, and Pepsi would tell me like she feel like her mom kind of got favorites, and like she treats the brother like better than she treats her, because I guess because she was like, oh, like he's autistic, so I'm not gonna treat him like that. But she would still treat Pepsi like dog shit, like doing her dirty. And when I tell you, like, everything was so fucked up about it, because Pepsi mom would call the cops on her. Pepsi told me her mom tried to put her in a freaking mental home, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about, psych ward. And I was just like, so as somebody who's sympathetic and empathetic, my heart is going out for you. And mind you, I'm only like freaking 13, 14 at this age. No, 14, 15. So I'm still quite a young teenager, you know, but I still have love in my heart, you know, like I know how to be a caring ass human being. Like I said, I'm not just no bitch. Like, cold-hearted. So I'm like, out of all the shit that I'm seeing, I'm feeling so really, really bad for her, y'all. I was feeling so fucking bad for her. Like, one time she came to us at night. She came to our door and she showed us that her mom had fucking bit her. And bro, that night I started fucking crying because I was just like, what the fuck? Like, how do somebody do that to their fucking child? You know? So I'm just like, I don't know. My feelings were so motherfucking hurt. I'm not finna lie to y'all. Like, that's why I be telling people, like, my friends are not just my friends to me. Like, I love all of my friends and I care about all of my friends dearly. Like, I pray for my friends, like, everything. And I was praying for her too. I was praying for her so much. And, you know, yeah, so that's a little something for y'all. Y'all keep that in mind, okay? The girl got a lot going on. And me being the caring friend that I am, like, I even told Pepsi, I said, I made a space in a drawer that my grandma had gave me my grandma had gave me one of her drawers because my moving situation was all over the place. My grandma gave me one of her drawers and I made space. That was my drawer now, so I made space in my drawer. I said, here, this can be your little section right here. You could bring some clothes, you know, whatever, just in case you ever need to come. Or, like, bro, who the fuck do that? Who do that at 15, 14 years old? So, yeah, that's what I told her. And I was just like, y'all, I was in, like, mommy mode, really. Like, I was in mommy mode. I was in friend mode, loving, caring person, you know, all of that. And, yeah, and, like, I really felt for this person. Like, I really gave a fuck. And then this person stabbed. Ooh, y'all see that? Not gonna lie, I don't feel like tacking this ponytail down really good. But yeah, and then this person that I really gave a fuck about stabbed me in my back. Which, all in the end, I reviewed it and I was like, what could I have expected? Look at how they're being raised, and what could I expect? Like, you know?
At first, I thought she was just like a really strict mom or like something like that. And like, at first, it was given like, oh, one of the moms, like, where they know their kid is like that, so they like always on them. And then, I mean, like, at first, Pepsi wasn't like, you know, but then like certain stuff started to come out, and then I was like, but it's like, the parent is the one that's the role model. So clearly, certain stuff that you're doing, you're learning it from somewhere, right? So, but yeah, like, the abuse, that's going way too far. Like, disciplining your child is one thing versus abusing them. And the abuse wasn't only physically, it was mentally, emotionally, verbally, like, it was all types of abuse. Like, I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
but it's like, I was just like, damn, bro, like, you don't have to be the monster that's creating you, you know? You can choose to be better, but sometimes when people are in situations, they can't see the light and they don't know how to see the light. So, you know, I let it be what it be. But we gonna jump right into the motherfucking get down with the get down. So from what I remember, from what the queen remember, and I'm finna first, before I get into the bullshit, let me make a pin. This Pepsi was jealous of me. Pepsi was jealous of me. She would make little comments all the time. I remember one that really stuck to me because I remember her telling me it, and then after everything had happened, I was like, damn, she was jealous of me. Because you know how you be like, oh, maybe they don't mean it like that. Oh, yeah. That's what the fuck I was doing. That's how my mindset was. But the comment that she was like, oh, I wish I had thick thighs like you, I wish I was thick, because my thighs have always been pretty big, especially when you sit down, they spread out. So when I sit down, baby, okay, like, my thighs are really thick. She was like, I wish I was thick like you. And I'm in my head, I'm kind of like, I don't even think I'm that thick, So, anyways, yeah, so Pepsi was most definitely jealous of me. Now to get into the shit. So from what I could remember, I think it was still freshman year, and it was this girl that I had. This girl I had a theater class with my first year high school. And like, I didn't really talk to her much, but I remember what her face looked like, and like, that was it. So somebody, no, Pepsi tells me, oh, there's some girl that's trying to stab you. And I was like she come up to me and tell me, and she was like, oh, it's this girl that's trying to stab you, da 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 da. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, who? What girl? She didn't want to. She was like, oh, I can't say, like, I'm not gonna say da 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 da. And I'm like, so I immediately go upstairs, and I'm irritated, because I'm like, what you mean? First of all, don't come to me telling me that somebody gonna stab me, and then I ask you who, and you not trying to tell me who. Are you crazy? Are you cool? So I think I ended up telling my mom, and then she called the school or something like that. But I was trying to get down to the bottom of it. I'm like, who is the girl? So come to find out, the girl that they're talking about is, and I think, because my cousin Nigel, he was on a Zoom call with Pepsi, himself, and the girl that's trying to stab me. So like I said, come to find out, it's the girl that I used to be in theater class with. She said, oh, no, I forgot to add on. She said, oh, yeah, some girl want to stab you because you said you and some other girls was going to jump her, da, 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 da. That was the reason. I forgot to add that. Sorry, y'all. So some girl's going to stab, some crazy-ass girl is going to stab me because me and some other girls was going to jump her. First of all, Morgan don't even jump. Bitch, first off, I don't even be fighting. So, what? That's, yeah, that's crazy. So, who the fuck is the girl? Because the bitch that's saying it, I don't even know you. I don't even know you like that. So, I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? I swear, ever since I was going to that school, I was always getting put in some shit. But this shit, it's like they were congregating. And I don't know, my cousin Nigel, I don't think he knew nothing about it. I don't think they was telling him shit about it. But I feel like they was putting shit in the pot and stirring it.
So I do remember during that time that, the whole situation with the girl that was going to stab me, I would go to school and, like, I would never see her, like, ever. Like, I would, at lunch, I would scope the scenery out. I would look for her face. Don't see her nowhere. And as far as the theater class, y'all know how y'all have semesters. So I think my first semester I had theater, and my second semester I didn't. Because the way my school works is you do your first year, your freshman year, on this smaller campus, and then once you're a sophomore, junior, and senior, you do it on the bigger campus. And we were all in this tiny little ass campus. So, well, I mean, it's not like hella tiny, but compared to the other one, it's a smaller campus. And like I said, I would always try to look for it because I hate being somewhere via school. And I feel like I have to watch my back or always watch my surroundings. Like, bitch, you have to do that on a daily. So why am I somewhere where I feel like something might go down or I'm not that safe? Like, that's one thing that I hate about school. Girl, yeah, I just loaded into GTA. My girl character scratching her ass. Anyways, that's the point. But yeah, like, I just remember, like, I would, because anytime any situation would go down, because ain't no bitch finna just, try and sneak me. So I would always be trying to keep my eye open and pay attention, like, where's the crazy bitch at? Because, so yeah.
Because it's like Pepsi was talking to the girl, and she would be it would be Pepsi and the crazy girl and her mom. So it's like, y'all cool, y'all probably trauma bonding, because the crazy girl mom, I don't know what the situation is with the crazy girl and her mama, but you and your mama got stuff going on, so y'all over here trauma bonding. So that's what's going on. But y'all trauma bonding, and you're jealous of me. You don't like me for whatever fucking reason when I did nothing but be a friend to you and help you, try to help you. And now you coming up with the master plan to have some other girl stab me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I go to school, and I end up talking to the dean. Actually, no, I didn't go talk to him. They called me out of class, and he was talking to me. He was like, oh, what's up with this, that, and the third? And I was like, I don't know. Pepsi said that some girl gonna stab me because me and some other girls is gonna jump her. First of all, who is the other girls? And what am I jumping you for? So yeah. So then he's like, I don't know if he thought I was gonna do something, but I remember him being like, don't say nothing, don't do nothing, because the girl, the crazy one, who's claiming I'm gonna jump her and she's about to stab me, he told me she's not, this is exactly what he said. He said she's not right upstairs. So I was like, oh, so she's crazy. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I don't know if it was Pepsi that told me or the dean, but like basically she got some custody situation where her mom, the crazy girl, got some kind of custody situation with her mom, and they was telling me that, and I'm like, is this what's making her crazy? Like, or is it genetics? Like, okay, no shit. But yeah, anyway, so the way this situation got de-escalated was, stories all over the place, no shade, but the way this little situation got de-escalated, because the school didn't really do nothing. When I left the dean's office, I'm like, okay, so y'all not gonna do nothing about somebody saying they're gonna stab me though at school? So the way that this situation got de-escalated was Pepsi mom had texted my auntie, and she was like, oh yeah, here go my phone number, you could give it to your sister, da da da, she could call me X, Y, and Z, all this other stuff. So my mom was like, what the F do I need to call her for? Like, I'm not calling you. You live right there. So my mom, I guess it was like after work or something, my mom she was like, come on, we're finna go down there. She's like, put on your shoes. So I put on my shoes, she put on her shoes, and we go down there, and she, actually, this is after the fact. I'm missing a part, but I'm gonna just say it after I say this part. But so yeah, my mom goes down there, and she's banging on the door. Well, not banging on the, knocking on the door. And Pepsi mom comes to the door, and she's like, I don't even remember what she said, But my mom was like, basically, yeah, you wanted to talk to me? So yeah, so she had a plate in her hand, and she was telling my mom, oh, we could talk after I finish eating. And my mom was like, no, we can talk right now. I'm not gonna wait for you to finish eating to talk. You wanted to talk, so here I am. So she
Fucking time down. I'm not doing fucking bullshit. And this cat's over here. Cat's in crackheads.
Unfortunately, this is not the best time because I'm about to say I just got through cooking. And y'all give me a little bit because
we can make this simple. I don't have an issue with your daughter. Your daughter is dating my nephew. That's it and all. I advised to my daughter that your daughter was not a friend to her because she did not give her information.
What information? Hold on. Slow down.
About somebody wanting to snap her.
No. First off, and that's where I need to come in. Take my place up. So she doesn't even know that little girl like that. I know that little girl, mama. That woman is a liar. That's why she's no longer keeping my.
That's all well and fine. You messaged my sister because you said for me to speak to you.
Yeah, I gave you my phone number to give me a call. Yeah, okay.
I don't even talk to your daughter. She dated my nephew. That's
okay. Well,
that's between her
either way, she
and my sister.
At this point, her energy says she don't even give a damn how it happened. She think you're her friend, even though you got to keep that school for her daughter. Well, y'all just stay away from each other. And yes, she did, because she fought. Yes, she did. She fought a little girl. Yes, she did. But
she fought somebody for you.
She fought a little girl.
It has nothing to do with me.
Okay, well, that's even what the principal. Well, we already have. It ain't even that big of a deal. Obviously, y'all have the problem.
The girl who has the issue with everybody. That person that had nothing to do with my daughter.
Mama, you're big. So the whole thing with Camino, we told her the day after. Because me and I just on the phone with her at night when she said it.
At the end of the day,
it is what it is. If they can just stay away from each other.
I don't have a problem with your daughter.
Okay,
she's
that's fine.
dating my nephew.
And that's fine. As long as you don't have a problem with her and y'all don't speak, and that's it. That's all. But if my fist gotta work too hard on this meal, have a blessed one.
What's your name, Ben? Who said what to you?
Have a blessed one. And when the conversation's over, you stay away from her. Y'all don't speak.
My daughter don't be around her.
Okay, well that's good. Well,
so no, because I'm hearing they saying that you said that I'm a.
Call her out her name.
But who though? That's what I'm saying. You know who said so? Who said it? Who? I just said who about what?
Your nephew. Your cousin. Yeah, and if she does, that's here nor there because God will take care of her on that. But
God is already taking care of me.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, good. And have a good night.
You're welcome. Well, put your plate down. No, because you're messaging my sister in the middle of the night. What issue do I have with your daughter? I don't talk to your daughter. I am an adult. I deal with adults and my child. That is it.
I don't know. I don't even remember that good, but she was like, oh, let's not talk about how my daughter got kicked out of school for you. Da 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 da.
Yo, so me rewatching this video made me remember something that happened. So the part where I'm talking about Pepsi's mom said that her daughter got kicked out for me, which obviously wasn't the case, but I do now remember that Pepsi and somebody that we went to school with that I did not like whatsoever, Pepsi and this girl got into a fight, and I didn't have literally anything to do with it, but I don't know, I don't really remember because it was a long time ago, but I think I had, like, they put me in it. And maybe I had said something or whatever, and then, like, I don't know if they twist my words around, but somehow, like, I was in it, but I really wasn't in it, but I was in it, if that makes sense. But I remember now that Pepsi and this girl got into a fight, and because they got into a fight, I think they both had got suspended from school for, like, a couple of days or something. Y'all hear the Sims in the back? You just had to do that, huh? But, yeah, so they had got into a fight, and then they got suspended. So now I remember, because I'm like, something happened. Y'all, this shit was so long ago, bro, but... yeah, that's what happened.
And my mom was like, my mom started hollering, and then the Pepsi mom started hollering back. Then they was just yelling. And then my mom was like, well, put your plate down, bitch. And then so she was getting mad, and then she put the plate down. They opened her, cause she had the door cracked. Or I think she didn't even, it was a screen door. And then, I don't know, Pepsi mom, it was really given, she didn't want to fight or anything, but then Pepsi came outside and like I don't know, she was like moving like one of those boxing games like that you go to and you play at an arcade. Like that's the best I can explain how she was moving. Like she was just like, I don't know, that's kind of what I remember. But yeah, and then I don't know, I don't really remember it that good because I don't know how it, like how that, like once it got started, I don't remember how it stopped because it was just so much going on and I was just like, are we serious right now? But yeah, and then I forgot to mention it was another situation before that actually happened before all of this happened. But at the time I had well, I don't have to mention it, but one of those days, I think it was in the summer, I don't know, but it was me, my cousin Nigel, and Pepsi that came to the pool because, well, I didn't know she was coming. From what I remember, I didn't know she was coming. But when we got there, it was me and Nigel, and then next thing you know, she's popping up there. And the pool that we was in, it was like a street, and then it was like all apartments. So we went from our apartment to the next apartment to get in their pool. So I was like, why is she here? Like in my head, I'm like, why is she here? Because that's when stuff had already got started. I'm like, she don't like me, so why is she here? And then I don't remember, like, I don't remember how, I don't remember who told me, but they was like, whoever it was that told me, I don't know if it was her or my cousin or whoever, but they basically told me that day that we was at the pool, she was gonna fight me, but she just didn't want to do it because my cousin was right there. And I'm like this is, as y'all can see, this is like, you keep planning stuff and like you keep having stuff up your sleeve, and this is only something somebody gonna do who really don't like you, who jealous, who mad for no reason. So yeah, so after that whole yelling situation, I don't remember how we really avoided each other, because this was like 4-5 years ago. I don't know. This was a long time ago. But I just remember like certain key stuff. But what really makes the story is like how you are accepted into somebody's home and you telling them the stuff that you're going through and the issues that you got, and somebody tries to help you or at least be there for you, and then you're sitting there turning around and stabbing them in the back and doing weird stuff. But yeah, I just tried to go on Instagram and find messages, because the day that I went to the pool that one day, I was texting my boyfriend at the time and I was telling him, but the messages don't really say nothing, or I couldn't really find a part where if it did say anything. So, and I'm not scrolling all the way up because baby, that's gonna take forever. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I can remember. That's pretty much all I can remember. But that marks the worst friend I've ever had. I've never felt so bad for somebody or cared about somebody so much and then watched them like turn around and just treat me like I didn't did them in the worst way when I did nothing but try and help them. And yeah, like that was the worst friend I ever had. Very much traumatizing, very much weird, just all of that. Like, that had never happened to me before, so that was literally the worst friend that I ever had. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the story time. I have like a couple of other story times that I have to tell. The other one, I promise y'all, it's gonna be it's gonna be because I already got the notes written down for that one, because I had to write down those because I had to remember stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, Pepsi had moved away. Like, Pepsi and her family had moved away, so like it was kind of a done deal. Like, once they had moved, like, we had stopped being friends or whatever, and we would like stay away from each other. But once Pepsi moved, it was really like they didn't really hear nothing from her, you know. So yeah, that was the worst friend I ever had. The friend that I've had do the most craziest things. Like, it's honestly more like it's stuff and details that I just don't remember. So I wish I could give y'all like everything by date, time, everything, but I don't have it. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys did, let me know in the comments. Have y'all experienced anything like that before? What y'all wanna see next? Follow my social medias and stay tuned, because I'm finna to drop the almost getting into my first fight story time. So, and that one is I don't have no comment on that one. That one is just like, what the F. But yeah, bye.